Hello, good morning, and welcome into Tammy Loves Vintage, where today I'm going to be working on some more pages of in Michelle's journal. I was just looking through some of the things that she sent, and kind of gonna do a continuation of yesterday. Actually, most of last week, most of my videos last week were me working on these, like trying to make ahead things for our journal event that we are doing. There are 5 of us, in case you've never caught any of them yet. There are 5 of us that are trading journals. We're making the first video. We each took a turn and made a book from nothing, like from cardboard, and we added pages, and we all did it a little bit differently, how we attached everything. And then we pulled 30 some items from our crafting stash, from our treasures, and packed those in with our book and mailed them to, there's like a list of us, and we mailed them to the next person. And so then when I received mine from the girl ahead of me, this was the book that she put together with her pages, and the next girl got mine, and then I got all of her stuff that she added so that we have something to work with, or we can keep if we want to. And then we replace, and then we do it again, and we just keep sending them and sending them. And I keep receiving, and then we get to decorate. So there's 5. So the journal will go to, around the world, so to speak. And everyone that's involved is, it starts with Mama P at Mama P's, I keep saying Mama P's Creations, Mama P's Crafty Creations. Cheryl, she is like the boss of us. She's the picker outer, like the figure out person. Someone's got to be the chief cheese, right? And Cheryl is our chief. So Cheryl, and then Michelle with the Vintage Daisy, and then me, I'm Tammy with Tammy Loves Vintage, and then there is Anne with Anne's Create and Share, and Heidi with Heidi's Joyful Artistry by Heidi. Okay, so that's all of the girls that are involved, and we are all super duper like vintage lovers, and we love old lace, old buttons, old jewelry, like heartfelt things that someone treasured and kept all their lives and passed on. And now you may have some of these treasures under your bed, or in a drawer, or in a jewelry box, or in a hope chest, or just stuffed away somewhere. And my goal, not just in this video, but like the whole life of my page, is to come up with ideas for you to get that stuff out, get it out and enjoy it. Don't just once a year or every couple of years or every 6 months, be looking for something and kind of enjoy the moment, take that hour or whatever and look through things and unwrap and be like, oh, I remember these at grandma's. No. Get them out. And so we kind of alter, we kind of dress up. We don't really hurt the integrity of something unless it's really yucky, but like super, all the paint's chipped off, or just super rusty, and that's not your style, then you could paint it and use the bones of it, So anyway, just follow along and you'll see all of our creative ideas, and all 5 of us are kind of like that. So the other 4 are more, I would say, a little more journaler, a little more bookish, like journals. I'm the least, I'm like the beginner-ish one, and I kind of getting the hang of it now. I don't know how long I can wear that title of beginner, but I'm still super rusty. I'm building the books. The decorating part, I think I got it, but the building the book, I'm super beginner. So if by chance, so Cheryl messaged us last night and had an idea of a hashtag, and the way a hashtag works is, you type in a hashtag, or like the number, the number symbol, and then you type in the words Vintage Friendship Journal, and that will take you to any videos or posts that any of us put that tag on. It's like it's like a bookmarker or a paperclip, but in virtual world. So a hashtag is just that. It's a tag that, so this video I hashtagged Vintage Friendship Journal. And if you go there, you'll see I went back through my feed and I hashtag Vintage Friendship Journal every video that had anything to do with this process, so that you guys can find it. I keep getting texts, people aren't finding me in our they said they can't find me, and somebody else asked what time. I never put a time because sometimes I jump right on and sometimes it takes me a couple of minutes. So I text people in my community texting service, and I don't think I have that on my iPad, so I can't answer her. Anyway, so if you want to skip through all of the scrolling on everybody's pages, I know that Cheryl and I have flagged everything that we've done, but I think the other girls are just flagging from here on out, and they'll probably catch up and go back when they see, you know, what's happening. But, you know, you'll see most of them and you'll see all me. So I try to keep up with technology. So here we go. This is Michelle's book from the Vintage Daisy. I will always get things passed from her to me. So, and then I always pass to Cheryl with Cheryl's Create and Share. Gosh, why did no. Anne, gosh darn, I mix those two girls up all the time. Anne, I didn't think that sounded right. Anne's Create and Share. I'm sorry. Cheryl is Mama P. Okay. You got all that straight? Because I'm not sure I do. You might have to replay all that. Oh, that was you, Carol? Okay, you found me. All right, so I'll just give you a quick look. For anybody that might have missed yesterday, this is what her book looks like, and it's soft. Like, I don't know what she used. I'm going to say like one of those, like a shipping envelope or something like that, because I can hear it too. I thought I watched her, and I remember seeing her use her fabric because I thought, oh darn, I'm using mine that I made with the disappearing stuff. So my strings link everything. You could hold it up and see through it. So I remember thinking, oh darn, I'm doing the same thing, but mine's very different, but the same idea. I remember seeing that. So I know I watched her. I'll have to go back and see what the heck she used. But anyway, and then she stitched it all down, and then she added her pages, and she added 2, what they call signatures. There it is. And it's just little groups of pages. So if you open them up, they lay out into one big thing, and she creased it and went down the middle. And she sewed hers in, and then she let's see, did I go to the middle? And then she left her middle strings. Where the heck are they? Right here. She left her strings really long. So that's cool. She likes lots of strings. So anyway, yesterday was our first day to begin decorating the books. We all received a book. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm working on your book. So if you don't want to watch, you better go away. So I did 3 pages yesterday. And we're doing, they said 5, 6, 7, however many you want. And she has plenty of pages in here. Again, when I call myself a beginner, I'm counting 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. That's not how you do it in a book. You count 1, 2, 3, 4. So at first I thought, oh, she doesn't have enough pages in the book. But then somebody was like, yes, you do. Oh yeah, and you can add something pretty on the strings. Oh, what a cute idea. So she left these long so you could tie something on to the string. I'm just seeing if I have anything here to tie. I got a few things dangling out, so we're okay. So anyway, I'll review the 3 pages that I did, and I said on the live that I don't like that folding. I'm just gonna rip that off. I'll show you. I could glue it down. Actually, I'll glue it down. Somebody might cover it up in the future, but I'm just going to glue it down. So, okay, bye-bye. Michelle likes to she's done one of these before with she was with Chris Hunter and did a, Journals on a Journey, they called it. Super cute name. And, anyway, so Michelle knew a lot of little things that I didn't know to do, such as she wrapped it, oh, it's over there. She wrapped it in a table runner and tied a bow around it instead of making a closure, because when they come back kind of, you know, like this, because their stuff's so full. So she did that, and she made a really sweet card. It's right here, a really sweet card for all of us to read. I didn't think of that. So there's little things like that that, you know, an experienced booker would know. So this is the first page. Oh, it's not sticking down. It will. This is the first page that I did. So let me see here. How can I do this with you? This is the first page. And all I did was add a sash. They call them a belly band, but I don't like that word. I don't want to talk about bellies, so we're going to call it a sash. And I tucked, and then I used a really pretty lace and covered the whole page with the lace, and then added this sash to the middle. And then I have an envelope that was pretty rough shape. Someone had ripped the flap off the top. But the reason I wanted to use it was because it said Zanesville, Ohio, and that's where I'm from. So when she looked at this page, she would know it was me, hopefully, maybe. And then the back was kind of yucky looking, so I just covered it with paper. And then I put just a plain paper. There's nothing on this, so that if she wants to journal something and, you know, pour her heart out, fold it up so no one can read it, she can do that here. So I just made a simple little, nothing to it page, like that. And again, if you want to watch me do all of this, you can, there's 3 ways you can do this. You can watch. You can scroll my feed and find it that way, or you can type in hashtag, which is the number sign, hashtag Vintage Friendship Journal, no spaces. Just type in VINTAGEFRI, you know what I mean? No spaces. So hashtag Vintage Friendship Journal, and it will pop up with all of our videos that the girls, anything the girls hashtag where we work on these with the hashtag Vintage Friendship Journal will show up there. Or you can watch in the Crafty Bunch. Cheryl with Mama P's Crafty Creations has a group, and she's streaming everything into that group, so you can watch it. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for sharing that. I can't read all of that. It looks like a big name. My Niagara Falls, Canada. How nice. Thank you for sharing that for me. Thank you. So and it might, when this video is over, that might be active and turn blue where you can just tap it, but I'm not sure about that. Not sure. And then this is a prescription. Michelle, the last book in that other group that she did cut up a leather doctor's bag with handles. She's like amazing. And I wanted her to have a prescription for that. When I saw them doing it, I thought, oh, I need to mail her a prescription, and I never did. So that was the first page that I did. I kind of kept it simple. I know that I didn't keep everything simple, but I kept that one a little bit simple. And then I did this one. Oh gosh, I got a bend in her page. I did this one, and I did not, I did change a little bit after the video. I had to do something, you guys. I watched everybody else. So that was 3 more hours to watching Heidi and Anne. I couldn't watch all of Anne because Anne wanted to do something sweet and special in mine, and she's like, get out of here. So I had to leave. So I didn't get to watch Anne, but then I watched, well, she didn't say that way, but takes you right there. Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you. Oh, Summer. Okay, great. Thank you, Summer. I appreciate that very, very much. And then Cheryl was on as well. So I got to watch everybody. So when you sit here for all that time, I had to tinker. So I tinkered around with the book. So everything is how it was. I had made this pocket previously. It is that video is on the hashtag. I made several. And then another day I made these little doodads, you know, just trying to be, you know, awesome. Trying to do what all the other big girls do. And the only thing I did was add a button to this side because I put a big old rhinestone on here because I love just a little bit of glitter. And I had this, you know, I like a little sparkle. I had this part of a necklace, so I added this big gem, and then there was nothing if the thing flopped over, so I added a button there. And then in Michelle's box of goodies that she sent. She sent this roll of neutral colored measuring tape, and this page was very neutral, like I like my decor. So I added that measuring tape because it would just had a little blank space that I didn't love. And then I had these two little miniature cards that I had picked up at an antique show. And so I just stuck a couple cards in there. They have no significance. I don't know anything, like I don't know that Michelle plays cards or whatever. Oh, and then the other kind of special thing was, this is a postmark from Zanesville, Ohio, and I put it in an old optometrist lens. And knowing Michelle, she sews everything. Obviously, she's a sewer. So I sewed it in. So when she goes to check on me, she'll be proud. She'll be proud of me. So anyway, there is that. Oh, and I kind of wanted to add, oh, she can't see that now that I sewed it down. I wanted to add something pretty on the back. Something prettier than it was. It's just the back side of a postcard. So that's page 2 that I did. And then, as you all know, I did page 3, and I wasn't crazy for it. And I think it was that card of hers with the kids with the buttons, and that's why I was a little bit late. Oh, here it is. This. I think this was throwing me, and to know me is to know I don't do a ton of color. I'm a little more neutral. My home is a lot of woods and whites and creams and beiges. I do a little bit of greens, like velvety, or like with plants, you know, I like greenery, you know, I like that. But everything's pretty much neutral in my house. Until it's springtime, of course, I add color. I add flowers and spring and fall. I love fall. I go fall rust colors and golds and all that. And then at Christmas time, I always do the traditional reds and greens. Anyway, and I put this little tag on here because it was daisies, and Michelle is the vintage daisy. And then I was really loving this card, and I was going to put, she sent a bracket. I'll show you guys just to give you guys the idea. I'm kind of because I'm not on a time slot here. I amaze you. Well, thank you. Because I'm not on a time slot, I'm free on my own time. I'm just kind of reviewing for those that might not have seen me or missed the whole shebang or whatever. We do a little chatting in here. So I thought I was going to cut her up, or him up, and make this into a frame. So if you ever see a drawer pull, this is just the back of a drawer pull. You can see the handles used to be right here that you would grab and pull. And I was going to make it be a picture frame. Number one, it's kind of thicker and it's heavy, and I just thought maybe I'm not going to put that in her book. But I thought it was a cute idea. I still loved this, and the coloring is more me. And this really still matched the daisies. I'm not sure you guys can see that. It still matched the daisies. And then I had found this book to write in, and I thought, oh, that would be a good thing, because I know Michelle uses her journals. She actually writes in her books, and they are true journals. I always called I've made a couple. I think I made 3 or 4 in years past, and I never made them as a journal. I made them as treasure books. I only decorated the covers, or I decorated the pages like this only to open and enjoy the artsiness of it, you know, and reviewing your treasures and things. I never made them to write in. So I kind of liked, and I felt like this kind of matched the green, and the yellows matched, but it's so off from everything else that I did. See, I just feel like I need to stay true to myself. And the whole point of this friendship is to put a piece of yourself in each lady's book. So I am nixing this idea, which I absolutely love. I never saw a button card like it. When I pulled it out of her box, I gasped. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen it. I thought she made it herself. Like, I really thought she did a printable and made it, until I looked at the, I forgot. I put a check over it because I didn't want it just a plain back. I wanted to flip it over and see something cute. I put an old yellow check on it, like a bank check. Anyway, and then this one was yucky, torn out of a scrapbook, so I put a handwriting paper on the back. So I still love this in there, and I love this book in there. However, it's kind of thick. And again, I don't want this thing sticking up, you know, super high before the other girls get a chance to do anything, and then them be like, oh yeah, she shouldn't have put all that in there. So I pulled the book out and the cards, the buttons out. And I had made this little book out of mulberry paper. I just used a water pen and ripped the edges, and I folded it. I made it this size. I folded it in half, and then in half, and then in half, and then in half until it came to this. And I thought that looks like a good book size. And then I sewed it. So I got to give it to Michelle because she's the one that really encourages the sewing. So anyway, I thought, okay, I'm going to stick, and we made these pockets. It's under the hashtag, or it's in the Crafty Bunch, or it's on my page, however you want to search it. And I thought maybe I would just tuck that little book in there. And I feel like I need to do something with the book, but it hasn't hit me yet what, because there's so much other stuff. So I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But besides that, I didn't do anything else to this page other than pull these two things out. I left this and I traded it for that, which is much thinner. Okay. And then that's all I've done. That's all I've done. So there's my 3 pages. I'm better with this. It's still not my best. It's still not my favorite. I love the pin. I love the piece of, what do they call that? You guys call that something. It's not seam binding. Not snippet roll. It's a piece of a snippet roll where you just make and add. There, I'll do this. It's a little distracting there, and then I'll hold my hand. So it's that, and it's just little pieces of little junky pieces of lace that you would typically throw away, but we keep them and craft with them. So I feel like I'm not sure about this page. I don't know. So while I was watching everybody and I couldn't do anything else, I'm working through her book and I noticed this most beautiful page. And my worry was, or my thought was, gosh, I'd hate to see someone cover that all up. So I am going to claim this page myself. And in sitting here waiting on the girls to do their thing, and I was watching that, not waiting, but I was watching them do their creativity, I took an old piece of lace. This is just a ruffle off of a something. It's a ruffle off of something. Like maybe a wrist. It could have been like on someone's sleeve. It could have been a collar on a child's dress. You see, it could have been anything. I added a button and some lace and some tools sticking out to make like a little sort of mimic a child's dress. And then I added 3 buttons over here. And then Michelle had added this to her box, and I sewed it. Michelle, whenever you watch this, I sewed it for you, and then I hot glued or glued a seam binding bow on top. And then she also incorporated these, and these are, oh, somebody told me what they called them, but they're like Catholic medals. And so I sewed them down and then did a bow. So it kind of took away from the ruffle, but not really. And my idea was there's some dead space right here and right here. So I thought I would do, let's see, what was I going to do? Let me turn it around. It's upside down. I was trying to be polite and do it upside down for you all, but I need to see what the heck I'm doing. There. Is it like that? No, because I don't want all that hanging over there. I have to go this way. Okay, so we're going to go this way. So I'll come down here and try and not cover a whole lot of it like that. So I just want to tack this end and this end down, just these 2 ends, and create a pocket. And in the pocket, I have this French flashcard. I got 6 or 7 of them, and I thought they were amazing. I love the colors, and it just fits that page perfectly. So yes, I'm covering the page, but she can take it out, save her page, and use this somewhere else or whatever. But I wanted Michelle to have my French card. So that's all I'm going to do to this page. So even though it doesn't really count as decorating a page, it does, because I did take up a page. And that's my thinking. So yeah, it made a nice little tuck spot. So, or the professionals call it a belly band. We here on my page prefer to call it a sash. Isn't that much better than a belly band? Who the heck made up a belly band? Probably one of these girls, and I'm dogging on it, but you know, I don't want a belly band. And I know they don't use hot glue, but I'm telling you what, the hot glue is going to stick and hold. And I'm still old school when it comes to that. I've got every kind of glue. I have a whole box here of glues, tons of glues. But I'm still, and then I want this to hang over. So I'm going to kind of hold it over here a little bit. And I explained why I wanted to take it the other way. I guess I was thinking that, but I can't because I don't want it to hog another whole page. I can't hog the whole book, right? But see, I've made treasure books. So like every page was a treasure. So I got to do like, I maxed out every book. Or every page. I did it in my group, so you guys don't even bother going back to look because it wouldn't be here. It would be in my private group. So, okay, I'm going to figure out which way. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do to that page. Okay, now then. On my book, I treated this as a page, the cover as a page. And I thought, what a perfect place for someone to do the happy colors, like, and you would open it right into that. So if I were to do like her whole book, that's what I would want to do. And so what I think I might do is, oh, that's going to be heavy and make that not lay well, but I can't glue it down. So hopefully they'll find the intention. I think I'll just enclose a little note. And maybe if they don't want to do the cover, they could do the front page. But this is Michelle's, and I think it's amazing. And I'll let somebody else add that. But I need to make a note that I think it should go to Michelle. And then they can change the back if they don't want to use that. Anyway. Okay, so there's 2 back to back of me. And then here's this one. And I thought about going back to back again. I got a blister yesterday. And then this one. So rather than being a page hog, I'm going to go back to back with this one. And I have 2 more pages that I want to do, and I want to do an open spread. Maybe I should jump. Oh, see, I don't want to cover up all these pretty pages. I want the plain ones. I want the plain pages. So yeah, I've done 1, 2, 3 on this side. So I'm going to do 3 on this side. So I'm going to just do them back to back to back. We can do it however we want. They said they don't care about that. So we're going to do 3. So, oh, poop. I should have got my stuff out. All I have to do is grab a cardboard thing to spray my spray adhesive. Hang on 1 second. Okay. All right. So, there's that. And here's this. Okay, she's going in with the 77, right? Okay, so I have a doily here. I need to read what you guys are saying. Hi, Kathy. Thank you, Mary. Thanks, Janet. Hey, Ann, thanks. Makes a nice tuck spot. Yeah, I saw that. Hi, Missy. Good morning. Oh, okay. Summer, I'll show you. Do I have a piece of seam binding here? No, but I'll show you. I love making my tiny bows. No, there is a secret. I mean, it's not a huge secret, but there is something to it. There is a little trick. So when you tie your shoe, you start in crisscross and do that. We're not doing that part. Okay, leave that part out. Okay, you're gonna start with the loop. All right, so here's your loop, and start you know, kind of like if you want a bigger one, use your bigger tails, make your loops a little bit bigger, but I'll show you. I'll start with a little bit bigger one, and you just tie a bow, whether you have 3 strands, 4 strands, depends on my project, how big my bow or how thick my bow is going to be. But when I do the tiny ones, I just do 1. Okay, so I leave it here. And so there's a nice, perfect little crinkly bow, right? But to make it small, just pull on the tail and get it to go way small. Pull on the tail, get it to go way small. Now I'm this size, and then you pull on it to tighten it. Once you get it where you want it, so there's that size. And then I just pull on it some more to get it smaller, like that. And then pull on it to tighten it. And then you've got a tiny little bow, like that. That's how I do it. Easy. I just use seam binding. I don't know that you can do it with thicker ribbon, but you can do it that way. Oh, thank you. I got them on Amazon. I've had so many people ask about them. The last lady, they said they had 2 pair left. I'll see your thing and I'll give you a tag on it. Such one I haven't purchased 2, but I haven't written it. Oh, but you do write in them. Oh, good for you. Dana, I wish I had the patience. You know what though, Dana, you saw that one page, you can whip them out. They don't have to be, these are just extra because they're going to our vintage loving friends, and we want to fill them with our treasures and fill them with our heart and all that. So you don't have to max them out. There still can be beautiful. Like there's nothing wrong with that page as it sits. There's nothing wrong with that page. Crinkle up, look, crinkle up part of a doily. This is a little too big to do that, but you know, a little doily, put a button on it and you've got it. You've got a cute little page. You can tie little things off of your doily. Like you don't have to make it hard. Thanks, Anne. I had a good idea, Anne. Thank you. Nelda, oh, you're funny. Good. I'm glad you guys are liking this. Make sure I've got any questions. There's Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. So you guys, make sure you search for the hashtag, which is just the number sign, Vintage Friendship Journal. Summer here from Canada. Summer, I'll probably remember your name because that's my daughter's name, and she spells it the same way. You can add something pretty on this chart. Okay, and there's Michelle. So I think I saw most of those comments. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. You want to do a Victorian one? Oh, nice. That's right up my alley. Thank you. Okay, you're captivated. Well, yay. Okay, so let's get back to where we were going to be here. Oh, I thought it was upside down. So we're going right here. Got to redeem myself for this. It's not bad. I mean, you guys are probably like, oh, I don't see anything wrong with it. And it may stay like that. And I wanted to leave her some, they call it white space, I've learned. They want it is highlighted blue. Awesome. So you guys can just tap that and it takes you right over. And all of my like pocket making and little dangly things I made, and my cover, how I made my book and how I made my pages, and all that stuff is over there. Or it's in the Crafty Bunch. There's a group called the Crafty Bunch. It is free. It is our fearless leader, Cheryl's group. And so she would love to have you all there as well. Okay. But in there, it's like, you know, other things too, where the hashtag's kind of handy because it's just this, you know, it's just this. So, and then all of the girls involved will go, they should go hashtag any video that pertain to this so that theirs are over there as well. And I'm sure they'll get to it eventually. So here we go. But when I checked this morning, there wasn't a bunch, just mostly Cheryl and I at this point. Okay, so my grandma always taught me and my mom to look for the maker's strings, and they're usually in the middle, is one way to tell if it's handmade or machine made or whatever. I don't know what that means, Diana. I'm sorry. So I can't really tell front or back on this. So it doesn't matter if I can't tell, no one can tell. Okay. So I'm going to put it down on my spray board here, and I'm going to spray it with adhesive. And if anybody needs a link or you like the idea of this stuff, just let me know and I'll put it in there for you. I'm going to let it sit. Did I spray? I'm not sure I sprayed it enough. I might not have sprayed it enough. I usually get it wetter. Okay, it's usually a little colder than that when I finish. Okay, so it's kind of hard to glue lace and see-through things, so I like to use the spray for that. But I also use the spray for paper, because if I want to glue some little thing down and I don't want it to wrinkle up and I want the whole thing tight, I like that spray a lot. So I'm gonna get her strings out of the way. It doesn't really matter. What am I coming out of? Let's add a little lace on this one. So I found this in my cut up bag of stuff and I thought, gosh, that's perfect to add into the journal. Just make a page out of it. So let me see if I can stretch it. Make it, oop, my sticky's sticking. It's doing its job. There we go. I'm going to stretch it before I stick it. Stretch it before I stick it down. Okay, there we go. I have a little bit hanging out both ends, and I'm leaving it because I know Michelle, and she will love it. She loves the hanging outy stuff. Because of your demo, I made a tiny bow. Good! I'm so glad. Well, there you go. I make lots of little tiny bows on everything I make, pretty much. I didn't want to scare people away, so I'm like, oh, I don't really put lace or a bow on everything, and that made me more mindful of it. I got it a little bit too far over. And then the more I thought about it, I thought, I guess I kind of do put a bow on everything I make. I didn't even know it, but I kind of do. So now we just don't talk about it. We just do it, and yeah, I just don't point that out. For you non-bow people, you can still do what I do. You just don't have to put a bow on it. Okay, so there's that. We're going to leave our strings out here. The one string is longer than the other. Maybe she just wants them both to hang down. No, that's too long. See, I don't remember that string being that long. Michelle, how'd that happen? Did it move? No, she's got it in a knot. Okay, so we've got that down. And then I need your help. So these are the things that I thought I would use. I have everything right here, so I know. I have a naturally rusted paper clip, and you can learn how to rust these on Anne's Create and Share. Just did a whole thing about how to rust stuff, but this one was already rusted, and I just tied a little doodad on there, a little bit of lace there. Let's see if I can pin it. I can't really pin it to this page, so I'm going to have to pin it to whatever I'm going to do on this page. Can I pin it? No, I can't because I've already done that. Well, I guess I could pin it to the side. Anything I can do for this would be better than nothing for this page. I don't love it. I don't want to ruin it. Yeah, I just spray adhesive to that so I can get under there. Okay, let's do it. I'm just going to stick it on the side. Can you guys hear my husband snoring? He fell asleep in the chair in the other room. Mr. I don't snore. What do we have? 81 people. I never look at the number because that always makes me nervous. 81 people hearing him snoring. Funny. Oh my gosh, I don't snore. All right. I see little skeleton heads in that doily piece. Little skeleton heads. Oh gosh, I guess up here? Oh man, you're observant. Where are they? Yeah, I kind of do. Oh gosh, well, we'll have to cover that up. I don't know how Michelle will feel about that. But look, rather than gluing this down, what if I just did that? Is that okay? Okay, you guys are seeing skeleton heads. That's creepy to me. We're going to cover them up. How about that? Now you can't see them. Right? I've never seen that in a doily before. That's crazy. All right, so I've got this little thing. What else do I have here? Oh, yeah, maybe I'm only going to do one page. Oh, can you guys hear him? Can you guys hear him snoring? Can you? Linda, can you hear Randy? Should I wake him up? I just want to see if you guys can hear him, because if you can hear him, I need to tell him to keep it down. Ah, you hear him? Oh, hey, Randy, you're snoring loudly. Just thought you might want to know. Oh, Michelle. Okay, yeah, don't say anything. We don't want those in there. I didn't even notice it. I'm sorry to wake you up. You heard him too? Oh, he's tired. Yes, he's tired. He was sleeping so good too. I hated to say anything, but I got 83 people watching, listening to you. Jeez, he said, jeez. I thought you might want to know. Okay, I sure do want to use my hot glue. Oh, here, I can use this stuff. I can use this stuff. It'll hold it down just fine. So I'm going to fix this because this is a rough edge. So I'm going to glue this down. And I'm gluing it here rather than putting it on the lace and getting the lace all messy. I'm going to glue the book. I should probably glue, oh crap. See? Should probably glue the lace, but I'm gluing the book. This is where a non-professional doesn't really know what to do. So, all right. You won't see those anymore when I'm done. Why didn't you guys say that before I stuck it down? Candid camera, yeah. You're used to it, yeah. It's kind of a rhythmic thing, isn't it? Well, that doesn't really lull you to sleep. It's more annoying. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that's enough. I wonder if I need to put a little bit more. See, hot glue would hold it and I would never even look back. I would never even think about it, never worry about it, never nothing. And just so I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead. I did learn this. One of you girls told me this. You're used to it also. To put parchment paper in between your pages. And it helps. I'll see if those strings will help hold this down. It helps your page not stick to the next page. Close up on the skeleton heads. Oh, let's not talk about that. I don't really want to. On the outside, there's one right there. Okay. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just part of the pattern or what. I just saw a doily cut in half and thought, hey, I can use that. So there's this. And then a trick that I learned from Jimmy Swift, who is an artist, is to put netting over a picture, and it kind of pushes the picture back. And so I was thinking about, it kind of makes it mysterious. It's got a little knob in it. So this is a really chunky one, but it really still shows the picture. So I was thinking about laying that netting, not over the whole page, just over the picture. Let's see here. Let me just go this direction so it's not so... I was kind of thinking about putting it over the picture. Just like maybe gluing the points, gluing just a couple of the points down. Oh, Jimmy Swift, you're here. You are the most clever. Like that. I love it. And I love this. Michelle loves going out fishing. And she is doing, like she posted the other day, she had a 2-hour cup of coffee. She lives on the water, sitting looking out at the water. Her husband recently had a stroke, and they are refiguring life and how it's going to be now. It's been a few weeks, so how he is pretty much how he's going to be. And So they're both adjusting to life, and she's got a lot to deal with. And so I see her not able to do the videos that she was doing. It's Michelle with the Vintage Daisy. That's whose book this is. And when I saw this lady dreaming and standing in that beautiful gown, I just thought of Michelle and all of her Victorian things that she makes, and, you know, her lacy, ruffly, all of that. I just felt like this picture was Michelle. It gives me chills. So I wanted to be sure to put this picture in. But I kind of like the netting from Jimmy Swift's idea. And this, normally you would use like old hat netting or even tulle if you, okay. A lot of these things that I do, you could use a scrapbook piece of paper here. You don't need an old photograph. You don't need old lace. You could go in and find something, some other sort of material. You don't need this. You can use tulle. Like, you don't need all these old things. It would be kind of interesting. I should someday, but it's just not me. But I could go in to a store and just pull out things for non-vintage loving people and make it my style, but not use old things. But I say that all the time. You don't need old seam binding. You can use ribbon. You know, you don't have to do all the old things. So, okay. So I think the easiest way, oh, there's that bundle again. I've got it. One of them is coming unattached. So let's just see. What I was thinking is maybe I would just tack glue. I'm going to do hot glue, you guys. I am just more comfortable. I know that it will hold and dry quick. So I can torque on it here a little bit and it'll be fine. So there, I put one down. Now I'm going to go across with one. Find where it lands the best. It's right there. So I'm going to glue this one. Now I would do, if you're like using tulle, I would use my spray adhesive. If you need it, just put spray. You can just write down spray, and I'll give you the link, and you can just get it from Amazon. They do not carry it at Hobby Lobby. Don't waste your time. Just order it from Amazon and be done. They do not have it at Hobby Lobby. I just checked the day before yesterday. Okay, I'm going to tack another one down here. Love it. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Thank you. So you won't have this same stuff. I found it at an antique show. It was rolled on a card. There was not a whole lot of it, but there was enough. There was enough that I bought it. I'd have bought a little tiny piece like this. Really, I love it so much. Okay, now I did not measure like my height, so it's got to be this one. And I don't want to stretch on it, but I'm going to stick with my hot glue. I know you scrapbook journal people are cringing at me right now, but it's what I am the most familiar with, and it's I know, like I said, I know it's going to dry quickly, and I don't have to worry about it sticking like this. I should have just hot glued it and been done, but I didn't, because I knew I already had all these professionals. Okay, so there's that one. I feel like I need one glued over here somewhere. I'm going to glue this one. When Jimmy and I were talking about this, just texting back and forth, hello, hi, Robbie. She said it makes it mysterious. And I agree. I think that's what it is. It's mysterious. So it goes with the doily, right? And then I'm just going to cut off the scrap here. And of course, I'm keeping this to use on something else. Okay, I'm just going to cut this down. And then I'm going to cut, let's see here. Well, she would want that hanging, wouldn't she? too messy, but maybe she would, and maybe she would want that hanging. See, I'm not stringy, and I don't want to lock down this paper clip in case she doesn't love it or wants to use it in something else. Gift it to somebody, whatever. I want her to have the picture, but she'll have to keep it with the netting on it. But it is not hooked in, but the netting is. Okay? Yay. All right, let's see what that looks like. Now we have these designs in the book that we've got to get rid of. Or in the doily. I don't know about that. So I'm not loving that. I don't even see it. Oh, there. I just have to look for the eye part. Okay, so that covered up that one, and this would cover up that. I don't know if this is my best thing, but I'm gonna do it just because it's big. So I'm gonna spray it. You do you. Oh, why? Wait, why? Somebody said why? Spray with what and why? Because it holds it down, like it's glued down now everywhere instead of me just putting little dots of glue or trying to glue anything. This whole doily is down now. You can still get it up, but I'm gonna do the same thing with this piece of paper. Rather than smearing glue all over the back and chancing on it wrinkling and all of that, I'm gonna let it grab the high points of the doily. It's the best, but I've used it for years and years. So it's just, you know, when you, just like the hot glue thing. I know I'm not supposed to do hot glue. I know you girls like all these other bazillions of kinds of glues, but I still like the hot glue. Okay, so there's that. And then it probably could use just a little bit of support here. See, it's down though. It's down. But I'm going to put just a little bit here and there of this kind of more journal-y glue. I hate to lift it up, but I think this is more what paper people use. It's paper to paper, but I'm doing paper to doily, but it's fine. I glued down some lace before and it stayed. It was fine. And then this, I'm gonna peel back. I usually put just a snip of this. I'm mostly doing it because it's somebody else's book, and I don't want to be like, oh, yep, the only page falling apart's Tammy's. Yep, I'll give you a link for it, Linda, for Amazon. You cannot get it. If you want to go buy it somewhere, you have to go to a hardware store, but I use it for my crafting, so I will give you an actual link. Okay, then I have these snaps. Now, will these snaps make it too thick? Because I love the gold snaps, or not snaps, whatever they are. I kind of love that there. I kind of love that there. Now, I'm not done. I'm just building. We'll see about that. It fits perfectly. I love that, but we'll see. And somebody asked me yesterday, one of the comments was if I was going to, I think they think it's too lumpy, Jan. I think they think it's too thick, or they get burned, they feel it, you know, it hurts. Yay. Oh, good morning, Denise. Get yourself a cup of coffee and go back to bed, curl up, and let's play. Let's play around with this stuff. So, okay, now I love velvet. I love velvet flowers. I bought a hat the other day with velvet flowers off of eBay. And Jimmy Swift, again, taught me how to make these punched leaves. So I stained them with our spray stain. And then I glittered them up with some glitter netting. It's netting that's got glitter on it. You can kind of see the edge there. Look right there. You can kind of see a little piece of it hanging over. Oh, here's a big piece hanging over where that's flipped back. Can you see it? There, you can see it. So it's just netting, and she had sent a couple of things that she made, and I was intrigued with the gold shimmer over the book pages. Just kind of a pretty thing. So I was thinking about a couple of my handmade leaves with the velvet. We do them in the group. Again, I have a private group, and we kind of hang out there and do stuff, and do a little bit more involved things. So anyway, there's that. So I kind of like that. I gotta put a gold, I'll put a gold button in the middle of that to pull all of this gold. But somebody asked if I was gonna rub and buff. I should have rub and buffed the edge of this. I still might be able to. Ooh, I get myself in those pickles like that. I'm like, why didn't I do that first? Didn't think about it. I didn't think about it. Oh, and I didn't put my pin in my glue. You got to keep your pin in your glue because it dries fast. I love this glue a lot. But it took a little bit to get that in there. Let me grab my rub and buff. My favorite is this gold leaf. And maybe, let me just see if I can just do a little bit. I'm barely putting any on my finger because I don't want to slop it over. Oh, hey, I can still take this card out. I forgot. Whoops. Oh, and I just pulled it up. Here I am bragging on hot glue. Let me down. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea because of the dark and the light. Oh, yeah, that's very pretty. But see, I've got stitching over there. Okay, so I will do that before I forget. That's a good idea because the light will go over top of the dark picture. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, good idea. Okay, I don't know about that. What do you guys think? I mean, it definitely needs a gold button. I think it's going to be good. Okay, I need to lift this up. I can see why these girls like doing these journal books because of all this stuff. I don't want to wipe any off so that I don't get it on the thing. I can see why these girls love making these because of the artsy part of these pages, and it's the journal part that always threw me off. Like, I don't really want to journal, you know. I should. Both my girls journal every day. And if anybody needs to journal and get their thoughts down instead of blabbing all day long, it's me. But I don't know. I just don't do it. Okay, I saw a little piece of that. I see it. I can't get it. A little piece of rub and buff. There, I got it. Yay. I didn't want it, still on here. I didn't want it to smear on the page. Okay. That's not enough for you guys to probably be able to tell. There, you can see a little, there you can see little glimpses of it. I just wanted a little bit. I think that's all I'm going to do, just that little bit. Okay, so what were you thinking about the flowers? You love the page? Okay, so the flowers must be okay. So these were off of an old hat. They were a little bit white, so I antique sprayed them down. And I think I'm going to just do my spray adhesive again. I mean, I suppose I could do this other glue. I seem to be making you guys nervous with my spray adhesive, so I'll do this glue right here. And then I got to glue that back down. I probably should glue one more of those. That's getting a little boinky. Just need a dot. Okay. A dot, and then I need to tack this one back down. Okay. All right. Now we're good. Okay. So let's put some glue on this. I want it clear to the edge. I feel like I should be spray adhesiving so it covers every inch. Some on the stem, and this is, I got to worry about this oozing out. You know, I should just do what I should do what I want. My mind is telling me, do what you know. Okay, so now we gotta wait. I punched them with a leaf punch, and it's a project we did in our group, but we basically cut out then tulle with glitter in it and put that on top. Can't tell you all the tricks because it's in my group. The girls pay $15 a month for all my secret ideas. And when I have friends like Jimmy that shares things, like we painted velvet flowers, they're amazing. We did that in the group. I've done my group minimum of 3 projects a month. Max, I think the most I've ever done is 13, and I've done that a couple of times. I don't know why 13, but I've hit 13 a couple times, 9 a couple times, but for sure 3. I always promise 3. And we're coming into the where we're doing cotton spun stuff. We'll be doing all official Christmas, Halloween, you know, all the official vintagey stuff like that. So that's gonna be cool. See, I want to hot glue this, but well, this glue is good. I trust it. I've been using it for a while now, and the girls all recommended it. When you watch other videos of other people, everyone seems to recommend this stuff, and I love it for paper to paper. I just like that the hot glue dries fast. But yeah, it's not that you can't use hot glue, it's just these girls are out, you know, these young girls find all this new stuff. And it's always so much better than the old school stuff. And then what I find funny is they come back around then, eventually, like, oh, I found this really great new stuff. It's called witch hazel. Or, Mom, have you ever heard of, let me think of some, borax or whatever. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'll post it for you. I'll post it for you. It helps me if you guys order from my Amazon link. It helps me with Amazon, just knowing that I'm a seller and that I'm active and sharing. And then it also gives me a little bit of commission, like not much. Like if that bottle is $8, I might make $0.25, you know, but it's not any higher price. It doesn't cost you any more. It just helps us sellers. So, okay, now I need to get a gold button. So this was my grandma's jewelry. She didn't really have anything like super, like here's a little whale, here's a whale, and just costume stuff, nothing antique-y really awesome, but it was grandma's, and she used to let me play with her jewelry box when I was young. You pull the drawer out and the lid would pop up. I loved it. And I remember that. So, okay, I'm doing Michelle, so I want an old, what's this one? It's a star. I don't want a star. I'm digging here for a pretty, I'll let you guys. Taking a break from mowing. Hey, Linda. Well, good. Get in here and sit down. Take a break. What's this one? It's too, well, that one's so pretty though, but it's kind of bronzy looking, but look how pretty. So we'll just put some Rub and Buff on it and shine her right up, make her match. You did? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this jewelry wasn't anything great, so I put it on a paper mache box with French newspapers, and I just put that stuff on the lid. So as a quickie, when I'm running it by you guys, like it's like, ooh, pretty. But if you really sit and look at it, there's a few pieces that are sweet. But okay, I'm gonna Rub and Buff this before I glue it down. So I want it kind of flat. I don't want a big blob because I don't want it to pick up anything more than just the raised. Oh, I cut that shank off. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. There. Now look. Mucho better. Mucho better. Okay. So, which we still have the dark background, which matches her skirt. I am glad I did that. Yay. And I am hot gluing because of the metal. Hot glue doesn't stick to metal, but I feel like it would be better. I'm going to press it really hard because I don't want it sticking up too far. I cut the back off, so it's pretty flat. So we should be good. Okay. Get this off of me. Michelle's in my group. She'll know about that. She'll know about these leaves. And I have bought velvet from her sales before. She's got me started in finding vintage velvet. So that was cool. Now I'm on my way and I buy clothes, vintage skirts or vintage jackets and cut them up, and it works out great. So I have a little brassy gold. I might need to buff that up a little bit, but I was thinking about putting something here. Is that weird with the round and the round? The round being off. I didn't want it in the middle anyway. Okay, I need another, I hate to put another button there. What can I put there? Yeah, the rub and buff was great. Aw. Good morning. Yep, you're new. Hashtag new. Oh my gosh, they're coming in so fast. Thank you. Let me tell you that my daughter and son-in-law love the music composer. Oh, I wondered about that, Robbie. I wondered about that. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I don't have them right here, but I have another book out of that series that's all just music. If you need a Christmas gift, let me know and I'll send you a picture. I had it out yesterday. I had one of them out. I've got like 6 or 7 of them. I can hook you up with that because it would match. I should go get it. A ticket? I don't have a golden. I need a golden ticket. Willy Wonka. I need a golden ticket. Charlie Bucket needs a golden ticket. I'm trying to think. A button is all I can think. Oh, I see something. You would love it? Okay. It would be a nice to go with if they liked it. It would be nice. Okay. This is the only, I've got a whole ton of needle keeps. This is the only one that I absolutely love. Now I like all the other ones, but they're colors, you guys, they're colors. So what about this needle keep like that? Yes, I'm going to do that. What that is just paper. There's all kinds of things that can be needle keeps, but this is just paper. And look, they've got their pins and needles, and you can see them. Let's see. There's 2. She's got 2 in there. But let me show. So when I dog the other ones, let me show you what I mean. Like a lot of these came from Susie Strother. One of them is my grandma's. I'll know which one, I think I'll know. Mom gave me the other day. She's like, I saw you messing with those on your video. But see, these are from Susie. No, these are from Mona, my friend Mona. But see, they're all colors. They don't really work for my, you know. But yeah, I think this one right here is my grandma's. But, you know, so I've got to do something special with that. But see, they're all, I get so many people that send me stuff, I forget. But they're all like this. All of the rest of these are the, oh, here's, no, it's that too. But this one with all of the red is my grandma's. This one is. So, anywho, that's the only one that is awesome for me because of the color. So, I don't need to put them back. I'll put it back later. Okay, so let's glue. I'm going to glue this down. So, let's see. I need to glue this down so that it's not flapping in her book. Let's see. Okay, wait. Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, I got it. I don't want it flapping in her book. Well, I can since I have so many. For sure, Jan. I'll message you. They were gifted to me. I feel kind of guilty to sell them, but I have so many. Was there a certain, did you want a little one or one of the big ones? Okay. I guess I don't really have to cover that hole, but it kind of bugs me. If I just do that, it doesn't bug me. I'm not sure that's where I would want it. If I do these gold pins, because see, I still got that hole, and I got the perfect filler, right? It's perfect. And look, I can snuggle it in there underneath those flowers, just the edges of those flowers on that trim. But is it too crammed? She can't journal on this page. Okay, I just decorated her, you know? I just decorated her page. She ain't journaling on this unless she wants to pull this picture out. I forgot about the journal part. That's what we're supposed to be doing. I super journaled and everything else, I think. I think I did. Oh, shoot. But that's the only one that I love. And I can't think of a sweeter person to give it to than another vintage loving friend like Michelle. She's going down, and I am going to hold her. Let's see if I put that there. Whoops. Let's put it upside down. Yeah, it needs to go down if I use those snaps. Or whatever they are, pins. Okay. Then I don't know that I need this. It doesn't show up there. But I like it. It's pretty. So there, I did what Mona that sent me those big needle cards we were talking about. And she says, she messaged me, I don't understand why you guys put all this stuff down and then cover it up. Well, we don't know that we're going to cover it up. It's just part of the process. But if I took this off, even though you don't see a whole lot of it, it's there. It's in between the nooks and crannies. And if I took this off, it would be very blah. It just adds a nice dimension. And yes, it was a nice piece of lace, but, you know, sometimes they completely cover it up. Like a couple of times I've seen Ann's Create and Share put down the most beautiful, and Heidi did it too, put down the most beautiful whatever it was. And I'm like, oh my God, don't cover that up. And then Mona texted me right after and she said, did you see her cover up? I'm like, yes. So somebody she was watching covered stuff up. But yeah, it's in this case, I get it. I covered it up, but you were all seeing things in it that you didn't like. The skulls and the pattern they were seeing. So I'm like, I got to get rid of that. So that's enough of that down there, isn't it? Just that little bit of texture adds. It's so great. It doesn't need it. If I didn't do the flower, I was going to do this crocheted butterfly, but I love the velvet flower. It's more significant as me, you know, as oh, Tammy did this page. You know what? I'm not going to put this. I just remembered. I told you all yesterday I had a secret. Yes, it's like collaging. Yes. Hi, Ann. You're still here? I have an idea. I don't know how it's going to work. I can show you really quickly because I still have my thing here. I was all over Amazon and all over Etsy. And I found one on Etsy that I really liked. I had it as far as order, go ahead, you know, finish, pay, whatever. And it took me to my PayPal and I paid and it said, you know how it goes back to review your order? And when I was reviewing it, I realized it was coming from the United Kingdom. I'm like, I don't want that. I didn't want to do that. Someone's talking to somebody else. Hi, Tammy. So let's see, what can I do that on? Let's try it on parchment paper. Somebody said to do it on a mat. But so my idea is to put a daub of hot glue. I thought about getting the gold wax, but I don't want to mess with the spoon and all that stuff. And then take a stamp. This is an old antique stamp that I had. And then you press your stamp into the hot glue. So I thought I would get a T for Tammy and stamp a stamp on everybody's page. You know what? No, forget that. I just had to go through the whole process in my head. I was thinking, why couldn't I just hot glue it directly onto the page and do it? It's because I've got to paint it and antique it and then rub a little gold rub and buff on it. So I need to be able to peel it off. And everybody yesterday said to use a silicone mat because I was having trouble getting it off. But I thought then I could, oh, look, it peeled right off of this kind of paper. Okay, but it's probably not, oh yeah, it's dry. So listen, it peels right off. I watched somebody on something do it, and look, I've got a wax melt now that matches my stamp. And I thought this was an N for Neff, my last name, but it doesn't. Yeah, so I thought how cool to put one of these little things on each page that I decorate. So hers could go right down here whenever it's done. So it'll need painted, or I was going to say, or I could just paint it gold, but no, I need to if I paint it, I was thinking, so yesterday when I was playing around, I painted it with cream colored chalk paint, and then I painted it with the dirty, antique wax. And then I tried to gold rub, or was gonna gold rub and buff, but I couldn't get it ripped off the paper. So it works on parchment paper just fine. And now I'm thinking, what if I paint it with bronze and then gold rub and buff it? Because you can get gold wax, but you've got to get like this little spoon, and you put so much in the spoon, and then you have a melter and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to go through all that. Do you have any rubber stamps with a T? Not little like this, Linda. I have an N. It's a big block of wood, bigger like this, but a little bit taller. But no, I thought I had more stamps, but I must have sold them all. I have new stamps, but this is metal. See, I don't know, like it has to be a metal so it doesn't stick. Yeah, but then do I have a bunch, like, do they have gold sparkly? I think I like the idea of the bronze and the gold rub and buff together. Or bronze, like I'll use my Modern Masters bronze paint is what I'm thinking. And then I'll do the gold rub and buff for the highlights. That's what I'm thinking. Because then I'm stuck with a gold glue stick in my glue gun forever. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, it was getting late last night. I got home we do pizza night on Friday nights at my daughter's, and we got home kind of late, and then I sat down and was balancing my checkbook. Does anybody do that anymore, or just me? Another thing that someday my kids will think that's so cool, but right now they're like, what did you do? They don't get it. Is this too big? Let's see what else I have gold. I love this. I'm just not, I think it's too much, but I need something. Let me see. Let me look in my, I need like a, but it's so thick. I don't want anything thick. I could do a bunch of black buttons, but they're thick. I might have to think on this, you guys, and get back with you with whatever I come up with. I have my glass buttons, but again, they're thick. Colored glue sticks that Tim holds. Oh, nice. Yeah, pastel isn't going to work for me in this project anyway, but that's awesome. What's this? It's just a piece of, it's that old beaded, oh, okay, this might be a find. Let me get this hook out here. Hang on. Girlies, hang on. Or, let me see what I have here. This is this old beading. That's a piece of that. I've got a bunch of that. Look at that. Or part of a rosary would be too thick too, probably. Silver. So here's a gold, maybe. Oh gosh, look at that sweet little gold cross, but it's on white. No, I need it to be on. It's a rosary. There's rosaries in there, but nothing gold. This one, white. All right, nothing there. So if you hear a crash, you'll know I knocked that off. So let's stay with this. This is a piece of that tiny beading. And then I'm thinking to get a little bit of gold in there, couldn't I just rub and buff maybe the corners? It's rather flat. These are rather flat. The only thing big is this bead. Maybe I could hold it up here to where the bead sticks out so it doesn't make her book too... I mean, by rights, it should go there. It should go like that. I like that it pops. It's not as hoggish. Like this is hogging up the whole shaboodle. Hot glue. Is it? Yeah. Okay, fine. Hard to tell. Is it netting? Is it a string from sewing the edges of the picture? It's a hot glue string. There, got it. Okay. Thinking rub and buff. Then you could, okay, let me see. Then you could use a gold glue stick in that, not worry about it. Yeah, I could, I should look at them. The negative space looks right. Like, don't use anything? Oh, Gloria, thank you. Yeah, I've been on for a while, so I probably will want to catch a replay. I just took it back over. I thought I was done, but I'm not. I'm going to try my hand, just barely, rubbing it flat, so there's no extra nothing. And I'm just going to hit the corners of this triangle. Let's see what that looks like. Can't even tell. I thought maybe if I could just, I don't have anything on my finger. I always worry about too much rub and buff. Okay. One side of this is a little bit scuffy, so. Ooh, I'm getting a little more than I anticipated, but I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna blot it like lipstick, straight down and straight up. Yeah, problem is I got two of them. So I gotta do it again. Okay, here we go. Okay, just a little snap of gold there. Now let's see what happens. So I read where somebody liked the negative space. So tell me, I'll hold it up here for you to see a little bit closer. I want to see how you feel about this page. Gosh, I enjoyed this page. All right, let me make sure my hands are all clean before I pick up her book. Now, I will have to like get this laid out perfectly, however I want it. What do you think? And get it to where you can get rid of this now. That ought to be dry enough. I'm trying to pick up on the gold. You guys can't see the gold, I don't think. Can you? There, you can see a little bit, I think. A little bit. Okay, what do you think of that? I think yes. Love it? Okay, I saw a yes and a love it. Okay, it's going down. Now the next thing is what to put it down with. I want to hot glue this and this and this and call it. Let everything else free form. So that's just what I'm going to do. Oh, all you scrapbooker people, journaling professionals, look away. Look away. This girl's going rogue. It's going down. I did it my way. because I know that hot glue is not going to let go on that fabric. And then do I let that just dangle? What's it going to do? Oh, I feel like letting it dangle. Okay, we'll revisit it again. So I had more stuff over here to play with if I needed it, but I think I'm happy with that page. So let's review. I want to review my way, but I'll review with you. Sing it. Hi, Callie. 3 in 1 would have worked. Not this page, but you could make a bigger paper leaf that they could write on the leaf. Oh, Jimmy, that's good. Oh, thank you, Pam. Love it, love it. Yay, okay, okay. Golly, my head's growing here. My head's growing. Yay, yay, yay. Hi, Reese. I just saw you were here. Hope you're okay. Beginner anymore? Yeah. You know what? I don't feel like a beginner so much with the, I'll post a link for you. Not so much a beginner with the decorating part. Like I'm like all about that. Kathy, I'll give you a link. However, the other day, Brenda asked for a link, and when I linked it for her, there was only 2 pair left. So I'll link them. I've had them for years, but they're still on Amazon, but I'll link them for you if I can. Okay, so this is Michelle's book, and yes, she led it with all of the color, but I know that Anne does color, I know that Heidi does color, and I know that Cheryl does color. So between the 5 of us, and then Michelle, when she gets it back, if she adds anything to her book, she'll add color as well. I'm sure of it. So I feel like Michelle sent this. I feel like I'm going to kickstart one of those girls off because I feel like, look what a good first page that would be. It's kids. Michelle loves kids and like little kids dresses and little kidsy things. And she would love that. I can't believe that she gave that up. But she did. And yeah. So here's my first page. Whoops, and my stuff is folded up. There's my first page. I kept it very simple. I had a beautiful piece of lace. I had a French postcard that I was going to try and figure out how to make a flap. You know what I mean? I wanted to do that with it so that it was just like a page and a page. But the washi tape that I had isn't sticky. And I don't know how to do it other than masking tape. I've seen the girls use masking tape before and put a piece of masking tape here and here, but then I felt like I had to decorate the mask. I didn't know how to do it because then I'm interfering with this person's page and that person's page. So I wanted Michelle to have one of these French cards, so I'm just doing a tuck. And I thought that this page was awesome enough by itself. So it's kind of like ready, set, go. Like I just gently started her out and then I went a little bit more wild here on this page, but still pretty subtle. I'm probably going to have to, but gosh, I hate to mess with that. Isn't washi tape supposed to be sticky? It ain't. So then I put this beautiful fabric down. It's all raised and bumpy and wonderful. And I made a sash to go across the middle. We're not talking about bellies here. And then I stuck a prescription paper in here because her last journal with Journal on a Journey with Chris Hunter did a doctor's book. Michelle's book was a doctor's book, and I wanted her to have one of those if she wanted to put it in there. And then I just fixed up an old envelope that was pretty haggard and it lost its flap, so I couldn't like make it be a flappy thing either. Oh, you have to add glue to washi tape? Oh, okay. Well, I thought I got gypped. See, I don't know anything about washi tape, but I found some that looked super vintage. I should show you all of it. And then I just added this cute little tiny doily, tatting doily thing and a button. And then, you know, we made this in the hashtag Vintage Friendship Journal. Hashtag Vintage Friendship Journal. You can see how we made it. And then you can see how I made this pocket, and we made this page yesterday, so you guys can see all of that. all of that there. And from yesterday, all I did was add a button, a couple of cards, and this strip of measuring tape that Michelle had sent in her box of goodies for us. And this is an old optometrist lens that says Zanesville, Ohio, which is the town I live in. So, you know, again, Michelle and I had been talking, and she's like, make your pages about you. I want to look at it and know that's your page. So that's definitely me, right? Both of those 2 pages. Now we come to this one. It's got a little bit of color. This has been the one I've been struggling with the least that you would guess is me. So I may end up and dig for a different card. I was trying to I wanted to get this in for her. I had this in here. I made these pockets in that hashtag hashtag vintage friendship journal. So I had this in there, and I had a green book that she sent because she could write in this green book, but it was getting quite thick with the buttons and this, and I still wasn't sure. And I put my little tag here, my little itty bitty, and I thought it would work. And I added my buttons, and I added my, what do they call that? My snippet roll piece, but I still, and I think it's the color. I think it's the color that's catching me off. So I decided to take this out and put it, I was going to do like her cover or this, but I don't want to be the first page girl. So I'm going to just tuck it in here, put a note with it for Anne, because Anne will get it next, that this was Michelle's in Michelle's treasure box, and I think it should go. And she can do it because she does color much better than me. And then this book is still throwing me. So I made a little book out of mercury glass. Isn't that crazy? What came to my mind is mercury glass. That is not mercury glass. Mulberry paper. I always get the first letter right. I made a little book out of mulberry paper, and I even sewed it with the wax sewing thing. Wax thread, whatever they call it. And so I thought, well, that neutrals it down a lot. So maybe I'll just do that. But then it's too blah for everything else that I've done. But, you know, you need your eye to rest. It can't be full. But I thought that would be a cute little book for her to add. Or maybe I could add little lined pages to it or something. But maybe all I need to do, not this, but is a piece of, another piece of this maybe here. That might be that white space that's bugging me. I don't know, but that's way more me. See that when I take all that color out, that is more like my look. But I left this card in there for now. And I did the daisies on that. I picked that card because of the daisies. I don't know. This is my least favorite, and I don't want a least favorite. I want to love them all equally. So to redeem myself, I opted to do one more page, and that's the page that I did with you guys today. And again, see, do you see anything in common with this page and this page and this page? Like, it's all very neutral. I mean, I did add a color ribbon here to go with her back. And maybe I could add something, I don't know. This page is the one that I'm like, why did I do that? But really, the only thing I've done is this. And I could easily pop that off. But really, the only thing I've done is that. Maybe I just need to work on this page and then be done. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to nix. I wanted to send her a little card, a little kid. She loves little kids. That's my most neutral little kid. So, and look, you can see my little pearl. She put that in her thing, but look, that hangs out. This is hanging out. This little gem is hanging out. What else I got hanging out? Some tulle. This for my seam binding, this all of the lace. So yeah, I started, and it's opening though. We've got 4 more girls to put stuff in, and look how full I've made it already. So mad at myself. You can't put anything in them and make them not stick up. So no wonder it's gonna go that. To each his own, but you love the color. I do too, and I get it. It's just I needed to. It's hard to be me and be color. And I tried and I feel like I failed. So I think if I were to do it again, I either need to focus, and I don't have a lot of color stuff either to work with. So I think with all of the other girls that love color, this is going to be so colorful. When they get to a blah page, they'll know it's me. and there's no reason that Michelle couldn't add a color card to that, see there, and pop it right back to her. So I think, I mean, I could actually just tuck those buttons in there. I could just do that. Actually, what do you think of that? Yeah, so I don't know. I was struggling with that. Do I step out of my box and do something when Michelle said, I want it to be you, and I want to look at it and know that you made it for me. Like, I want you to make it for me. I want it to be you, not me. So that's what I did. So anyway, yeah, it still will close down. You know, it's still not full to where you can't get it shut. It's just poked up, and I'm trying to see what's poking it up is the gems. I think the first thing that poked it up was that I put this pocket with that necklace in the middle and these buttons in the middle. I have two puffy things kind of right smack in the middle. So I guess I'm just reviewing my thoughts with you guys, and if you do your own book, you can think about that. Like when I put this, I made sure to put it at this snap with all the buttons on it up out of the way in a corner, you know, to try to keep the middle from popping out. So I think I need to tweak that one page. So how many pages did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only done 5 pages, which is what the minimum was we were supposed to do. So I've done 5, and I have 1 to tweak. I kind of want to tweak that one. I don't know if I'll do it in a video by itself, or maybe I'll just work on it and show you guys in one of my future videos how I fixed it. So, and then I could post a picture of it maybe, and I don't know, we'll see. Hashtag it. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. You have to dimension. You mean with color? I don't know. I think I'm pretty dimensional. Do you mean I have to have dimension with color? I don't know. I think there's a lot of what they call highs and lows, a lot of darks and lights. I think there's a lot of dimension there. Yeah, there's no dimension. So I see what you're saying with this one. There's no dimension. Nothing is popping. Yeah. So maybe this is wrong too. I'll leave it in. I'll leave these things in here. No, I'm not. I know I'm not going to do that. Yeah, maybe that's what you're saying. So maybe this could go down here, because this pocket thing that I made has like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 4 or 5 pockets to it. So I could just tuck that down here, and then maybe I just need to find the perfect thing for right there. You're right. That's what she's, I bet you that's what she means. They do get chunky. I don't think you can help it. But I was trying to be mindful of that. And I guess this one's a little monochromatic, tone on tone. But yet there's still a little bit of dimension with the dark. I tried to do some dark and then some light. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's very subtle, very simple. But yet it's packed with goodness. I'm happy with it. Just have that one page. Yeah, I just have that one page. Thank you. Thank you guys. Well, yep, I just have that one page that I'm not super proud of yet, and I'll get it. It's almost there. It's almost there. I just have to get the right thing to tuck in there. So I'm not going to bore you guys any longer. I've been on here, who knows, probably 2 hours. I don't even know. Don't second guess you. I know when you start looking back through, it's like, oh gosh. So thank you guys. Thank you all. See you later. Have a great day. Thanks for your help. I'll post some links for those of you that wanted the glue and the spray. I'll do that, and the glasses. I think those were the 3 that I saw. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your help. Bye-bye.